great to be out here for this historic event. Many of you I see out in the audience have been working for a decade plus to make this wonderful 400th anniversary of the founding of our great state and our great nation come alive in the history that we celebrate today. When King James I, after whom this great river is named, initiated the Virginia Charter on April 10, 1606, I don't think he could possibly have envisioned the marvelous chain of historic events that he was about to set in motion. After 144 tough days, 104 men and boys and 39 crew landed at the shores of Cape Henry and not only planted a cross, but also planted some principles of freedom and liberty and the democracy that have made this Commonwealth a great place that it is today and the greatest nation I believe the world has ever known. They expected gold nuggets on the beach, and instead they got a tough island, a tough climate, and a tough colony to plant. I think it's only a matter of divine providence that that same English charter commanded them to go some 100 miles inland in order to seek safe refuge from people that might be their natural enemies. And sure enough, here, just a little over 100 miles from Cape Henry, Christopher Newport and the brave crew of the Godspeed landed some 400 years ago to begin to plant the great city of Richmond. They could never have envisioned back then that this merger of the great culture, the Native Americans, the African Americans, and the English would merge to form this great culture that we now enjoy today. And even though we've had great struggles for freedom that you've heard Mayor Wilder and Chief Atkins describe over these last 400 years, we today are a beacon of freedom and liberty not only for people here in the United States but for people all over the world, as constitutions have been written based on the principles that our Virginia forefathers put together many years ago. What Jefferson wrote in 1776 is Mayor Wilder has articulated earlier the great words of the Declaration of Independence. What George Mason penned in 1791 with the Bill of Rights, particularly that First Amendment, saying that all people are entitled to freedom of religion and assembly and speech and press. Those principles planted here on the shores of Virginia are those very principles that still give life to our democracy today. But I want to thank the people that continue to keep those principles of freedom alive, and that's our